5 minutes before 2 in the afternoon. So let's see, I think this trip might take almost 6 hours because I'm going to take a detour. So I hope, yeah, most of the trip I should be able to go in daylight. That was really what I wanted. I got a little bit delayed today, but main thing is that when I go on the through the mountains, I want to go in daylight. So this is city of Tarija, and I think I'm near the airport now. Going out to past the bus terminal, and it's a nice. This is a nice exit road from the city. Actually, I like to drive this way out from the city towards a town called Entre Rios, sort of eastbound, southeast bound perhaps, towards the border to Paraguay and Chaco. So I'm now a few kilometers out of the city, and this is the road towards Entre Rios from Tarija, and this first couple of kilometers on the road is really nice. I love to drive this road actually. Here it's just little hills, but there are gonna be some more pronounced mountain chains we're gonna cross. The first road tolls payment station, and there are gonna be a few of those, and maybe a few police controls. We'll see. Hopefully no problem. Hopefully I have all my papers in order. I actually, for the reason that I'm gonna leave the car in Villa Montes, so I'm gonna find a good long-term parking, or 1 week parking basically in Villa Montes. I actually printed some copies of some documentation of my vehicle, so I can leave it to wherever I'm gonna leave my car, you know. So there's gonna be no, if there's any doubt about this being a legitimately owned vehicle. Here I'm gonna have to pay a few coins probably to go through. Started to become a little bit more seriously uphills. Still a very pleasant drive, wonderful road. I wish it was like this all the way, but it's not going to be like this all the way. Although it's going to be a little bit more, you know, a bit more green, a bit more foresty. Some passages we're going to make like between the mountains here eventually. So it's going to be very beautiful, but a bit more adventurous. But we'll take it as it comes. We'll take it easy. We'll get there. It's starting to get a little bit more green on the hillsides here, a little bit more jungle in these little canyons, and it's going to be even more that way soon. And yeah, let's just look at this road, man. It's still a very good condition on the road though. beautiful driving here still. Now it goes downhill, but it's very dangerous actually. Or you have to be very aware, very alert when you're driving here, because it's so easy to step a little too hard on the accelerator on these stretches and then enter these curves with too high velocity. You have this Bolivian style, you know, these little altars and crosses to remind you of the dangers, yeah, and all the rock falls. Look at this. So yeah, you have to be very focused when you're driving here. Probably a little bit more than halfway now between Tarija and Entre Rios. Oh, look at this river, so beautiful. Things are getting a bit more dangerous. You know what I mean? Large stretches here of unpaved road, and not a lot of safety built into the roads here, not a lot of margin, and a lot of rock slides, and God forbid, what's the word, avalanches, yeah, landslides. Check out the mountainsides here. This jungle is so dense, it's amazing. This is home to monkeys, I'm sure, and big cats and all sorts of animals. I know that there are puma here, cougars. They say, I think they say there also might be jaguars also. Certainly monkeys. They're not the kind of monkeys that are easy to spot though. They are more very shy monkeys, I think. That's what I've heard anyway. Look at this jungle, amazing. I mean, those that are building and maintaining these roads are absolute legends. They're amazing, these roads. And I mean, it's just a constant work against the forces of nature, the erosion, the rock slides, and I mean, they're doing a great job, I must say. People here are very aware of the danger, you know. There are, because the road traveling in Bolivia is dangerous. It is. And I heard not so long ago, like 2 months ago or so, that there was an accident on this road between Tarija and Villa Montes. I think there was a trophy, a public transportation. Oh, that dog looked absolutely crazy. It looked rabid. That were, you know, crashing down in a canyon or anything like this, something like this, and at least a young couple lost their lives in that accident. So this is something that's just constantly have to be constantly aware of. The vehicle we're traveling in. Look at this! Oh my god, how beautiful. Amazing. I wonder if it's hard to get down there. Is it worthwhile? Go for a little bath in that river. How amazing. Wow, and look at this. Look at this jungle here. And those hills. Okay. So yeah, let's keep moving. Ascending into this canyon just goes on and on. This road it's been like this now for like half an hour. It just keeps going downhill into this amazing green canyon. We're still, I think, about 40 minutes or so before the town of Entre Rios. Just getting greener here as we go deeper into this canyon. It's so amazing, this change of landscape. An amazingly alive, living and alive landscape. Look at this. Oh shoot. I'm gonna have to be careful with the potholes here. Make another pit stop here, trying to shoot some video. You just want to stop here and go out and explore and walk around. It's so amazing, but I have to keep moving. I have to try to get there. I have to try to get through the hills before dark. So yeah, let's keep moving. Okay, we are approaching Entre Rios. I think this is it. I think this is the town of Entre Rios. So it's about, let's see, we left a little before 2 o'clock. So now it's 20 minutes before 4 in the afternoon. Yeah, so and we've probably been doing our little pit stops all together, maybe 15 minutes. So yeah, not too bad. Only a little bit more than an hour actually from leaving Tarija. But maybe we're not there yet. I don't know. Let's see what it says here. Entre Rios. Right, Villa Montes. What did it say, man? I have to stop. I missed the sign. I have to go out and check which way I'm gonna go. The sign was totally overgrown. I'm gonna check also what the GPS is saying, obviously. But the thing here with when you're making road trips here in Bolivia, there's not so good cell phone coverage. Yeah, so you don't get maps updated. I used to use Google Maps. Okay. Oh, it says Yacuiba and Villa Montes straight ahead, Entre Rios to the right. Okay, so I'm gonna keep straight ahead here. Yeah, so when you're on these long stretches between the cities, you usually don't get the maps updated, so you're just following a little blue dot on a map that's kind of empty, you know. Sometimes the roads aren't even mapped out on Google Maps, and Google Map is the one that works best for me. I've tried Waze also, but it doesn't work at all. when you're out of the city, when you go outside of the cities. Maybe there's a way to download and cache the maps before you start the road trip in Google Maps. It should be, but I haven't figured out how to do that. So I actually, I had to go by roadside, and I actually brought this. I actually brought my compass. Okay, because I know I'm gonna go this road here towards Yacuiba and Villa Montes, and eventually after maybe 1 hour it's gonna fork. So I think I'm gonna stop and ask somebody which is the best road to go, which is the safest, you know, if this road towards Yacuiba and if this road towards Villa Montes is still in a really bad state. We'll see. Let's go. Yeah, I know this place. This is where the Truffy, the public transportation, always makes a pit stop and fill up gasoline, and you get a chance to eat something. Okay, but I'm not gonna stay here right now. I'm just gonna keep going. I still have a pretty good, still shows like my tank is full, and I got my coffee and I got my cookies, so I'm good to keep going. Check out the scenery, dude. Oh my god, this road is so spectacular. Not much of a safety margin here, but basically we're gonna go past those hills. Once we're past those last couple of hills, we're in Villa Montes. I just stopped at a really weird place here. There's a woman standing there waiting for a ride. Check this place out, man. Nice, huh? It's called Cabaña La Agudita. They don't have any food at the moment, but I bought a drink. Gracias,
Yeah.
señora. And there's this sound. There are some insects here. I asked if they were some sort of grasshoppers or something, but I don't know how well this goes through on the video. There's a really distinct sound here. Some insects in the jungle. Nice, huh? Gonna talk to that woman, see if she can give me any information about the best routes to take. Amazing place. Check this out. Check out this view. I stopped here by the roadside. I passed here in the public transportation. I mean, look at this. Here's a crack. Ah no, it's just they have made a little canal for the water when it's raining. But this is so incredibly three-dimensional, this landscape. Let's see if I can get a good view from over here. Huh? How about this? Look at this.
Continue on Route 11 for 8 kilometers.
Yeah, I will. Oh my gosh. Shit, look at this, man. It's getting a little bit low. I better move on. Hope it's not gonna rain on me. I talked to a woman in that little house by the roadside, and she told me she thought the road to Villa Montes was still pretty much worse condition than compared to the road to Yacuiba. So maybe I'll take that Yacuiba route anyway. So I'm still not yet at Palos Blancos. That's where I have to make the decision if I go straight to Villa Montes or if I take the detour over Yacuiba. I think I have only like probably 10 minutes there, but this road is fantastic. it's such a pleasure to drive here. And it's just the land of milk and honey here. Look at this landscape, this lush green forests, these hills. Fantastic. Look at this. Look at this pass through here. I just gotta see that I'm still filming. Yeah. They don't dig a lot of tunnels here in Bolivia. They do some on the other side of Tarija. If you go towards the inland, towards or northbound, as I think it will be, they have some pretty big tunnels. But usually they wind the roads along the hill mountain sides, and they do these things occasionally, these pass-throughs. Check out these roads, dude. I'm just enjoying, totally enjoying. So this is where we have to make the choice. Villa Montes straight ahead and Yacuiba to the right. There was a big road sign over there with directions to go to Santa Cruz and all kinds of. And this is where the road forks. And here's a nice little place for sale, hey? To make a little hamburger place by the roadside. Well, right now there's not so much traffic, yeah, but there is some truck drivers going by, and other vehicles too. So I'm gonna take the Yacuiba route, I think. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna take this tour. So the route via Yacuiba looks very promising. I have taken this route before when the public transportation took it, but it was in pitch darkness, so I didn't know really what was going on, and I didn't really have a good concept of where the scary parts, the mountain passes and stuff were. But this looks really nice, and I think with this car, it's not really enjoyable to go on this unpaved roads under construction. I'd rather have 2 hours driving on this kind of road than 1 hour on unpaved road under construction through the mountains. I think this one seems to go very much around that last mountain ridge rather than through it. We'll see. I think I might not make it to Villa Montes before dark. That's a little bit of a shame, but no big deal, because I know that the road from Yacuiba to Villa Montes is just like this. It's just all flat, all very nice paved road straight ahead. So I don't worry about driving that one in darkness. Yeah, better take it easy. Yeah, it was too good to be true. There was more of this to come. A more unpaved road and another stretch of road winding through the mountains, and a pretty darn scary one too. Look at this, spectacular. Here we just have to take it really nice and slow. So here's my car. I think I found a good place to put away my car. And it's an alojamiento, a lodge. A place where you can also sleep for a couple of hours. So I'm gonna crash here for a couple of hours before taking my bus, and then I'm gonna keep sleeping on the bus. And I always tend to sleep like a baby on that bus. Alright, so we're on the bus. I forgot to turn on the camera when I took the bus this morning. It was a little delayed, but it arrived at about 3 a.m. in the morning. And yeah, this is what it's like. 10 hours of this. Once we have crossed the border, we crossed the border and went through customs at 7:30. The customs open at 7:30 in the morning, and that's a procedure that can take about 2 hours. Depends how many foreigners are on the bus. This time it took probably about 2 hours to get everybody through the customs. And then once we're in Paraguay, this is it. It's like a really flat, straight road, no curves, nothing going on, just this prairie-like bushland for roughly 10 hours. I mean, the entire bus trip takes from Villa Montes, where I got on, takes maybe 14-15 hours. This is what it's going to be like. We're going to be in Asunción late afternoon or in the evening. And I used to be able to sleep really good on this bus. Just download a couple of podcasts in advance, because there's not a lot of cell phone coverage here too. And then I used to just pass out and sleep most of the time. So all going according to plan. Right, so I arrived with the bus in Asunción, and it's basically the evening the next day. So very warm, nice evening here, and I'm gonna go and eat something, because I've almost been fasting on that bus ride. They serve a little bit of food, and I used to try to eat just a minimal amount. Now time to get some good food. There's plenty of food in here. So I got something to eat, that was nice. Now let's get some coffee. One of the things you don't get on those long bus rides is an opportunity to get a cup of coffee. No coffee since yesterday actually, that's crazy. Let's go and get some. Oh, that's good, that's good. So let's summarize this trip a little bit. Long trip, started yesterday. And I could have made it a little bit more compact, a bit faster. I wanted to arrive with a good time margin in Villa Montes, because I wasn't sure where to park my car. I had to arrange that. And I also wanted to drive in daylight, and I also took a longer route with a car than I will need to do when they have finished the road work, at least. That drive is going to be faster. So yeah. Anyhow, the bus ride it's okay. I don't mind it so much. I managed to sleep most of the time on that bus. I download a few podcasts beforehand, so I just start listening to something and then I just pass out. Good thing is that it's not an adventurous bus ride, so for me it's easy to sleep on the bus. Whereas the bus rides in Bolivia are typically very spectacular, and I just can't relax. I just can't relax. It's too crazy. The scenery, too three-dimensional and very high, scary mountain passes and stuff, and very spectacular roads. So yeah, anyhow. So there are two bus companies trafficking now between Santa Cruz, Bolivia and Asunción, Paraguay. The bus I took, it started in Santa Cruz, and then I jumped on board in Villa Montes. It cost me $70 to go from Villa Montes to Asunción, so it's probably $100 if you go all the way from Santa Cruz. And there used to be two airlines trafficking also between Asunción, Paraguay and Santa Cruz, Bolivia. And one of them, Amazonas, was my favorite that I used to take. With the Amazonas airline, you could actually sometimes get a flight ticket for like $100 or 150, but even as cheap as $100 one way. So they're not around anymore, and with the other airline, with Paraguay, it's hard to find something under $250 one way, I think. Yeah, so I've never had a bad flight experience with Paraguay. I think they have a little smaller airplanes, yeah, than the Amazonas ones. They have these Bombardier airplanes, and I found them a bit noisy and shaky and so on. It was a bit smoother ride with Amazonas. They had this Embraer 190 or 195, more smooth, more quiet, and so on. So I just liked it better. So traveling between Bolivia and Paraguay is probably going to set you back between, well, $100 and upwards if you take the bus for most people, because most people will start in Santa Cruz and go to Asunción or vice versa. So that would be like $100 typically, and by air it would be probably around $300 one way. Yeah, those are the options. But then you can of course cross the border of your own also. You could cross by car, or you could do like I did and take the car to the last somewhat big town before the border. And I hope it's still gonna be there when I come back. Speaking about this bus ride, I can mention something else. So it's not a totally uninterrupted, experience. You can't just pass out and sleep the entire trip, of course, because you gotta cross the border, and that's a little bit of the annoying part of this bus trip. It used to take about, so this was the fourth or maybe fifth time I took this bus, and at the border crossing, everybody has to go off and cross sort of individually through the customs, and that used to take about 2 hours. I always used to meet other people on that trip, and it can be interesting. But the more foreigners there are, usually the more time it takes to come to get everybody through the customs. Used to be always some Russians or some Canadians or Asian people, all sorts of. There used to be some travelers on board, and some I don't know what's ambiguous about the paperwork or anything, but for some reason some people always get stuck in the customs. There are narcotics checks and checks for contraband and stuff. So yeah, there are a few of those things going on that might potentially delay the bus ride too. But if everything runs smooth, it should probably go in from Villa Montes, from the border crossing, maybe 12 hours to Asunción. Yeah, Coca-Cola's coming to town. anything more with this video. I wasn't going to film anything on the way back. Now I am actually on the way back. So this is a little bit more than 1 week later. And now I'm taking that more direct route. Straight from Villa Montes to Palos Blancos, or well, straight. It's very curvy indeed. And this is actually why I decided to add a little bit from the way back also. I'm gonna add some dash cam footage on the most extreme part because it was pretty darn extreme. So yeah, thanks for watching.
Y la economía tiene que crecer, porque si no crece es una tragedia. Inventamos una montaña de consumo superfluo y hay que tirar y vivir comprando y tirando. Y lo que estamos gastando es tiempo de vida. Porque cuando yo compro algo, o tú, no lo compras con plata, lo compras con el tiempo de vida que tuviste que gastar para tener esa plata. Pero con esta diferencia, la única cosa que no se puede comprar es la vida. La vida se gasta. Y es miserable gastar la vida para perder libertad.
Let's justify those. Right, let's talk about what you've made so far.
Let's do it.
Yeah, kicked off that set with some CCR down on the corner. Wanted to pick that one because I was listening to Steve Albini on WTF podcast, and he was saying there's two rules for the band. One, if it starts with cowbell, you turn it up. And the second rule is the driver chooses the music. So it was good. But I thought we played the Stones, opening show with the Stones.
Wasn't that the
Yes,
yeah, birthday one?
Oh, that was it, yeah. So, yeah. Some timely pick though, with Credence.
Yeah. I didn't really notice there's a line in there about playing kazoo, which is very timely because last night we had a little kazoo party. So it's for you. We'll leave that there.
Yeah.
Not say anymore. Hopefully Steve will post the video.
No.
Two in the morning.
What song it is? It really doesn't matter.
Don't need to be looking. After that, we went to Ron Jackson from the little now classic club from 61 on Capitol. But yeah, not at the time, originally B-side.
Was it?
Yeah, didn't really catch on with the later, I think. This is where my singles collection 45s, my playlist intersects with that the Queens of Stone Age currently listening to tour playlist.
Yeah.
It's also, yeah, it's on there. They've got a playlist on the green screen, and that's on there.
Oh, you have to send me that then.
Yeah, it's called something like songs Queen of Stone Age currently listening to while on tour doing these things. And each member of the band picks 5 songs.
That one sounds good at 30. It's good at 45.
Good at 33, good at 45.
Yeah.
But yeah, I didn't realise this, but apparently we recorded it in 2003 with the Cramps as the backing band. Sounds bad.
Yeah.
Vamos con el rey de la cumbia, sonidero nacional de Monterrey. Vamos con el rey de la cumbia, sonidero nacional de Monterrey. Vamos con el rey de la cumbia, sonidero nacional de Monterrey. Vamos con el rey de la cumbia, sonidero nacional de Monterrey. Cumbia chicana, cumbia chicana. Get up, stand up, dance to the hop. 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 Vamos con el rey de la cumbia, sonidero nacional de Monterrey. Vamos con el rey de la cumbia, sonidero nacional de Monterrey. Cumbia chicana, cumbia chicana. Vamos con el rey de la cumbia,